I'm David Musgrove. Been friends with Will for 19 years. And Mandy asked me to come up here to read something. It's not a good poem, which I know is going to disappoint everybody. I looked through a lot of books, tried to find something profound to get up here to say. And I couldn't really find anything, so I figured I'd get up here and tell a couple of stories real quick. And if you're going to get up and tell stories, you got to tell the best kind. And everybody knows the best kind of stories are hunting stories. So I got a couple of those. Will and I were so close is because he was the only person I knew that got as excited as I did about seeing a pig or a deer or a turkey or a squirrel or whatever it was we were chasing after. And he called me one day several years ago and he said, "Dave, you got to come down to Meemaw's place down here in Marengo County." And he'd been down there a couple of times. And I said, "Well, what, Will? Is there a big buck? You see a big deer down there or something?" He said, "No, don't worry about the deer. There's pigs everywhere." "What do you mean pigs?" He said, "Wild boar, wild boar." "All right." He said, "Dave, they're everywhere. You don't have to get a tree stand. You don't even need a gun. You can walk around and hit him in the head with a stick." Will, anybody that's hunted with Will knows the routine. You know, you go hunting, everybody goes off to the various tree stands or whatever. You meet back up after dark at the truck, and everybody has their stories. You know, what'd you see, what'd you see? And everybody says, "Well, I saw 2 does and a spike," or "I saw a turkey and a raccoon," or something. Then you get to Will. And Will's like, "I saw 3 9 points, and saw a big buck and an antler that was behind a bush and I couldn't get a shot at it. Then there were 2 bobcats wrestling to death in the field. I think they were wrestling. They might have been doing something else. I don't know. On and on and on. He would eventually tell you the truth, but he kept you going as long. And so when Will was talking about all these pigs, I said, "Yeah, okay." And he kept on and he kept on and said, "You got to come down here." So I finally went down there, and me and Will and Jackson were riding in the mule, the 4-wheeler golf cart thing, and we rode and we rode and we rode up and down roads, through the woods, swamps, cane breaks, round fields. We didn't see a squirrel. We didn't see anything. I was thinking, "Okay, Will, you know, where are the pigs, Will? We drove 3 hours to get down here. Where are the pigs?" And he said, "Dave, you're bad luck. I don't know." Jackson was shaking his head. It was about to get dark, and we were going to head back to the cabin. He said, "Let's go up this field up here. We'll turn around and we'll head back." So we came around the corner. Will was driving, Jackson sitting in the middle, and I was sitting on the other side. We all had guns loaded and everything. Safety was always paramount. We came around the corner, and there were about 30 pigs standing out there in this field, the green field. I was just shocked. Will slammed on the brakes. I turned to look at her. He wasn't in the vehicle anymore. Some military maneuver he learned in the Army. He jumped out of the vehicle and was shooting as he was running. By the time I had one boot on the ground, he probably shot 3 or 4 times already. He was running, he turned around and said, "Jackson, stay in the vehicle where it's safe. Don't get out there." So I ran after him. We were shooting and firing. The pig sort of veered off in 2 different directions, and I went off in the woods on one side, he went off on the other. And I was shooting and running and chasing these pigs, and after a while, I stopped and I was out of bullets. I didn't hear any more shots. Other than a cane thicket, I could only see about 10 feet around me, and I didn't know where I was. I couldn't hear anything. It was getting dark, and I could hear pigs moving around the bush. I said, "Will!" I didn't get an answer. I said, "Will!" I didn't hear anything. So then off in the distance, I can hear Jackson. He's yelling. He's like, "What are y'all doing? The pigs are back in the field." Man, I started running towards Jackson right here yelling. I break out of the woods on one side, Will comes out on the other side at the same time. There's no pigs, you know. Jackson's standing up on the mule like, what are y'all doing? We get out there and pigs are gone, and we're like, Jackson, where'd the pigs go? He's like, they left, they're gone. And Will looks at me, he's like, how many did you get? I was like, how many did you get? We walked back over to the hill and got there with Jackson. He said, y'all must have shot 30 times. I'm like, yeah. He's like, well, don't we gotta go get them and drag them out? Jackson, pigs were moving this way and that. You don't understand. We didn't shoot anything that day. Will was real excited today. He was very excited, as he always was, out in the woods hunting. But one other time when I saw him, a lot more excited than that. That was out at my dad's place out on 82. We're out there deer hunting. It was a couple of years ago, and Jackson was out there. Will had him up on Redneck Ridge, where I always took him up there. I was back hunting somewhere else, and we'd always just meet up after dark. And I got back in my truck, and Will had called my phone 3 times already. And he just left a message, get down here, get down here, get down here. Oh, Lord, he's been shot some 12 point or something we hadn't even seen, don't know about. And I drove down there, and Jackson's sitting over there with a little 3-point he killed. His first antler buck. And Will came up to me, and he couldn't talk. He was so excited. He had tears in his eyes. He was like, Dave, you should have seen it, man. He just dropped that thing. He was cool as a cucumber. He just shot it, one shot, dropped it one day. And I said, that's good. Let's go there and look at it. He grabbed my arm and walking over there. He said, don't you tell him I was crying over here. But I know he's told 20 other people at school. But I know everybody's in a lot of pain today. And before I sit down, I want everybody to think about that this is an exclusive club inside this room here. Everybody in here knew Will Taylor. We're all from everybody outside this church. He was our friend. He was our son, our father, husband, brother. And it was my privilege to count him